and he got himself out there nice and early, let the fans know that he was here to win trophies, and years later he's done that for them. He's won the FA Cup, Community Shield, Barclays Premier League, Capital One Cup, and many other honours. He's highly regarded and very well respected within the football club and all around the world, regardless of in football and stuff. He's also an icon to many people, and that is Jose Mourinho demonstrating the role of a role model. Coach 3, Ivan Lendl. Ivan Lendl is very well respected within the tennis world. Andy Murray especially regards him highly because he had him as his coach. So for a tennis player to ask an ex-tennis player to come and coach him, that must be a massive honour for both coach and player. Because obviously, if the coach says yes, then Andy Murray gets to work with the coach of his choice. Ivan Lendl will also, obviously he's retired, so he will be slightly older now, a lot older than Murray. So many older people will also look up to him, and they still do because of what he's doing for tennis now, coaching, for example. And Andy Murray will obviously be delighted that he's got his coach of his choice. Furthermore, that is how Ivan Lendl displays a good role and the role of a role model. Coaching role 3. Friend. Role description. A friend to a professional sportsman should always be there, always support them, always motivate them, and always be there if anything bad was to happen. Even if something good happens, they could still be there for support. A friend would also be there when times are bad, so they could be dealing with a personal problem. Maybe that could be a family matter, and the friend would then support them through that tough time, because at the end of the day they are closest to their friend. Yes, they could talk to their managerial team and agents and stuff, but to be honest, a friend would probably be the best bet for that. So that is why that is the role description of a friend and why they are so important. When is this role used? The role of a friend is used when the sportsman could be stressed or going through a hard time in his life. So the friend would always be there for him, always at the end of a phone call or on a text. They could also meet up all the time. They may even live together in like a house maybe. They could meet up for a coffee or a meal. But the friend really in this role is used for support, motivation, and obviously if the friend is friends with a millionaire who's playing professional football for Chelsea, for example, then obviously they will get free tickets to the games more than likely and enjoy that. Obviously I'm sure Christmas and birthdays are quite good for them because obviously their friends are millionaires, so it must be pretty good presents. So the friend obviously gets something back that way for always being there for the professional athlete. Why is this role important? This role is important because the professional athlete will need someone to go to if they ever go through something hard in their life. They could either lose a member of their family, and they may live in a different country because they're applying their trade in England, and they could be from Africa. So they could be from Nigeria, for example. So as long as they've got friends in the country and living near them or even with them, then that is the role of a friend. In a tough time, in a good time, they may win the Champions League, and then they'll obviously go back and have a big party and celebrate. So the friend will be there for his friend who is the professional athlete. A friend will also need to support the athlete as well, going into big games like that, and make sure that he's not doing anything silly, and make sure that he looks after him in the right manner. Owen Fisher, Brighton futsal coach. Owen is a good friend. He understands a lot of the team, and we all get on very well. Everyone has a great relationship with Owen. Owen is quite young, and we all relate to him quite well. His role as a coach, obviously we all look up to him and respect him because of what he tells us, because he's a coach and he's got all his qualifications and knows best. So yeah, we have a lot of respect for him, and he's a good friend to have. Coach 2, Jose Mourinho, football coach and manager of Chelsea. Jose Mourinho isn't my friend personally, but he will be good friends with all his teammates, the managing staff and most of the board, unless he doesn't like some of the board, but I should think when they're paying him millions of pounds he should like the board. So Chelsea, all the players at Chelsea will look up to him and respect him loads. He will have a great relationship with most of the players. Obviously we don't know the ins and outs of his relationships. I'm sure that Jose Mourinho talks to his players every day. He'll probably text them, call them, make sure they're all feeling okay, especially leading up to a big game, because he'll want his players on top form. He won't want to be bossing them around as a coach, but maybe he'll want to be there as a friend and take them out for dinner or something and have a really good, nice team bonding evening. Coach 3, Ivan Lendl, Andy Murray's ex-coach. Ivan Lendl would have been a great friend to Andy Murray, because they will see each other every day on the training court, when playing tennis and training, and in the gym. So they would have been great friends on and off. More than likely they would have been more or less friends off the court than on the court. Ivan Lendl would have been able to sort of correlate to Andy in a way, because Ivan's been there before. He's done that age of trying to win Grand Slams at a young age and perform every week in, week out, and especially on the big stage such as the French Open, Wimbledon, which Andy Murray has won now, and many other tournaments that they play in tennis. But it is key that Ivan Lendl is a friend off the court, because you as a coach you'll always have respect, but you need to be seen as not bossing them around all the time. So as long as your friends are off the court as well as on the court, it's a good balance to have.